Hey folks, Mike Johnson here. If it's got wheels and an engine, you're in the right place. On this channel, we dive into car repairs, maintenance tips, and everything you need to keep your ride running smooth. If you're into cars and want to keep learning, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe. It really helps the channel out. All right, enough talking. Let's get into it.
Unfortunately, there's a laundry list of bad habits that drivers regularly indulge, which can impair fatigue and even damage aspects of the vehicle. While there's no way to ensure a totally safe vehicle all the time, there are a few points to keep in mind every time you're behind or around your driver's wheel. Brakes. You may subscribe to the stop and go technique when it comes to braking. This is incredibly common in areas that tend to overflow with traffic. Drivers will accelerate, only to brake a second later when traffic resumes. The result is premature front brake wear. Whether in a traffic jam or otherwise, it's good to know how to make this technique run more smoothly. If you need to brake a lot, you're probably working the gas pedal harder than it needs to. Solving this problem will also give your fuel efficiency a big boost while driving. What's more, if a traffic jam is bad enough, full engine braking can often be more effective and smoother than regular foot braking. By simultaneously applying the brake and the pedals, known as braking, it's easy to distort your braking system without achieving any positive gain. With these two functions working against each other, you'll damage your brake pads and your fuel efficiency. This usually happens when nervous drivers try to regulate their speed on a hill. Brakes alone are a more reliable way of managing speed. When the car is parked, it's also a good idea to set the parking brake, even if you don't want to worry about it. The parking brake relieves a lot of the burden of regular braking. Because the parking brake is not used for anything else, balancing the burden as such will increase the longevity of your brakes. Steering and suspension. Suspension is generally designed so that vehicles can take excessively high loads if necessary. However, the fact remains that carrying unnecessary weight puts pressure on the suspension. This is even true of any weight you can tow behind you in a trailer. While you shouldn't worry about exact weight ratios, it's a good idea to know how much your vehicle has been flagged for safe handling. Exceeding the limit may look good at the time, but the strain can lead to lasting damage. Correct use of the gearshift system is essential if you want to reduce wear and tear on your vehicle. For a start, abrupt changes, or shifting between drive and reverse without stopping can cause senseless damage to the transmission. Keep your hand off the shift stick when you're not using it. If you're using an older manual transmission vehicle, the same applies to the clutch. Even a small amount of pressure can unintentionally subdue the transmission system. These components are designed to be sensitive, so keep this in mind when you next use them. Although it goes without saying, avoiding erratic driving will do wonders for your vehicle's longevity. While there's great joy to be felt in whipping your Camry around the bend like an F1 special, your steering and tires can take the weight. Special care must be taken around potholes and speed bumps. Running too fast over a speed bump can shake a car's transmission, so keep your eyes on the road and slow down to 5 miles per hour when driving over them. Tires. Check your fires often. Refilling them with air regularly, or changing them when necessary, saves you and your vehicle a ton of hassle on the road. Deflated tires can reduce fuel economy by up to 15%. Measuring the air pressure in your tires about once a month is a good habit to get back into. In addition, make sure your tires are suitable for the type of terrain you'll be driving in. If you live in a rural area with largely gravel roads, city tires will degrade at a much faster rate than tires adapted to the conditions. The same applies to weather conditions such as snow. The right tire choice can have major safety benefits. Make sure your tires are free of obstructions when parked. If your tires are up against a curb or parking concrete, back up a little and give the tires some space. Body and frame. Leaving electronics, such as the stereo and headlights, on when the engine is off will gradually shake the battery until it runs down. If this happens, the car will have to be shaken again with the help of another car battery. If you're going to be using the stereo for a while, remember to switch the engine on every 15 minutes or so. If the car is out of service for a long time, such as the winter months, make sure you switch the engine on roughly regularly, at least a few times a month. This will prevent the battery from losing itself. Car batteries are expensive, and it's a shame to wear such an expensive component through sheer negligence. It's a good idea to process OBDI, onboard diagnostics, trouble codes as soon as they are connected to your vehicle's computer. This applies to all aspects of the vehicle, not just the electrical components. As well as driving carefully, getting problems under control as quickly as possible is your best way of limiting the damage. In conclusion, bad driving habits, particularly the tendency to prematurely overtake, can significantly jeopardize not only your safety, but also the safety of others on the road. By understanding the risks associated with such reckless behavior, including increased chances of accidents and potential legal consequences, we can all strive to be more responsible drivers. Remember, patience and caution are key to ensuring a safer driving experience for everyone. Let's commit to making our roads safer by driving wisely and respecting the rules of the road. Thank you for watching, and drive safely.